people learn the if function and stop there. But the real Excel users take it one step further, because sometimes one condition is not enough. What if you want Excel to check two conditions at the same time? For example, a student must score 50 or more and attend at least 75% of classes to pass. That's where and or comes in. In this lesson, I'll show you how to combine the if function with and or, so Excel can make smarter decisions with your data. I'm going to do a quick recap on the if function we did in lesson 10. So before we combine the and or function, let's quickly do a quick recap. Remember the last time we said if. I want to show us the logic behind the if function. We said if into brackets, logic test, comma, value if true, comma, value if false. So I'm going to repeat what we did last week. It's just like a quick recap before we combine the other formula. So let's take, for instance, we want to give pass to the student who scored 50 and above. Now, let's say we want to start with John. So the logic test would be, because we're working on score. So if John's score, which is B2, is greater or equal to 50. Remember, the equal sign is if John scores 50. And if his score, the greater than here, if it's also above 50, which means from 50 and above, what do you want to give him? You want to pass John. Make sure you put it in quotes. And if John does not meet this criteria, what do you want to give him? You want to fail John and then pass. So what happened here is that Excel will go and check the score to check if John has 50 or an above. And here John has 65. So we are passing John and we are not failing him. So today, what we'll be doing today is the and, joining and with the if function, and we'll also be joining if with the or function. So I'm going to be starting with the and function. Now the and function, what does it do? It checks whether multiple conditions are true at the same time, which means, for example, if I want, for the criteria that says a student passes. Now, what is the criteria? If they score 50 and above and attendance is 75% and more. So in this case, one student or each student must meet both criteria to be able to pass. So if someone scores 90 and their attendance is below 75, they would not pass. One person must meet both criteria. So if the person scores like 60 and also meets up to 75% of attendance, the person would definitely pass. So how do we go about this combination of this formula? We'll do it very similar to what we did the last time. The only thing we're introducing is the and. The and is telling Excel that, oh, I want both to meet this criteria at the same time. So I'm going to come here. I would say equal to. Now, what does the example one question says? It said the student must have 50 and above and also have at least 75% attendance to pass. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start from our if function, right? Now, remember that the logical test now will be 2 because we're trying to do score and attendance at the same time, right? So we'll say if, remember, this is our B cell B2. So I want us to type it because I want to make our cell referencing very strong. So if B2, immediately I typed B2, you see that I highlighted this our cell. If B2 is what? Is greater or equal to what? 50 here. Then we are not going to close it. We're just going to put comma because we still want to continue our logic test. I know it's showing value if true, but we're going to put it in brackets. Now, what's the next thing? If John also which is, I'm just going to do C2 just for the sake of the people here. If C2, the next logical test, is greater or equal to what? What's the second criteria? 75%. 75%. We're not going to add 75. We're not going to add percentage. Between you and I, we know we are all, the attendance is in percentage. Then we are done. We put it in bracket. That's our logic test. So we do comma. What's the next thing? The next thing is, what do you want to do if, you know, they have greater than 50 and in their score, and greater or equal to 75 in their attendance? I want to pass them. If not, what should we do? Would fail them. Now I'm going to put the normal one bracket we used to put. Now I'm sure you'll be wondering, so where does the and come in? Because if we don't put the and, we have already disrupted, how the formula should be in the first place. Then I would have initially put it first for us, but I'm trying to follow what we did the last time. So we know that, oh, this is not, just changing. Like, I don't want it to overwhelm us. So you come to where the if is and put brackets. Now, in that bracket you opened, we are putting the and function. So is this and here that will determine the criteria we're talking about. Now, because we have opened another bracket here, so we have one bracket here, two brackets, which makes it a nested formula. So we have to come here and make the bracket double, and then we press enter key. Yes. So sometimes it will say we found error. Now, if we look at this together, now John has more than 65 in score and above 75 attendance, pass. Now look at Mary. Mary has 45 in her score, but like she has more than 75, like she has 90% attendance, but she failed. Now, because she did not have up to 50 here, and that's why she failed. Now, this person scored 70 in score. Yeah, scored 70, and then the attendance is 60%. The person failed. So this is how we can use our if and function. So it checks whether multiple conditions are true at the same time. Now let's move to the or function. Now the or function is different. It means only one condition needs to be met, or only one condition needs to be true, which means if I say that a student qualifies for a reward if their score is 90% or higher, or attendance is 100%, which means that a student should either have 90% or 90 as a score to qualify for a reward, or 100 in attendance to qualify for a reward. Now, this is the example here. A student qualifies for a reward if score is 90 or above, and or above, or attendance is 90%. So we're going to work on that now, and I'm going to make this grade. So here now we're trying to work on the benefit or reward. So now the criteria, the conditions, we have two conditions, but only one needs to be met or one needs to be true. So we're also going to repeat what we did the last time, which is equals to if. So this time around, we have two logical tests. Number one is the score greater or equal to 90, or is the attendance 100% or more, or just 100%, because 100% is the benchmark. There's nothing above the 100%. 100% is 100% as far as attendance is concerned. So let's get into it. So if John, I will just do the way we do the cell referencing. So equal to if B2 is what? Is greater or equal to 90. Is greater or equal to 90. So if John's score is greater than 90 or equal to 90, I'm going to put comma because I want to put the second logical test in it, because we're working on two criteria, two conditions. Now, if C, we're working on attendance now. If C2 is equal to 100, we're using equal to because we don't have any attendance that is greater than 100. So if C2 is equal to 100, then I put my logic test into the brackets to make both of them logical tests. So, comma, what do you want to do? I want to pass. Now I want to give them a reward. But if they don't meet this criteria, what next? No reward. And then I'm gonna put the both brackets already because I'm coming back here. Let me use the, okay. So I'm gonna use the formula bar to complete my formula. So the next thing is I already put the double brackets behind because I'm trying to introduce another open bracket to put my or. So my or here is telling Excel that meets one of these criteria. So if you come across the score as 90 or more than 90, please give them reward. If you also find attendance as 100%, but they don't have score up to 90%, still give them reward. But if they don't meet score as 90 and they don't still meet performance attendance as 100, please, no reward. So we do enter. So let's see. John didn't get any reward because he didn't score up to 90 and his attendance is not up to 100. Now let's move down to this person, Sarah. Sarah has 90. Great. And also has 100. Nice reward. Now let's come here. This person met one of the criteria. So Michael has 92, but even his attendance is not up to 100, but he got his reward. Amazing. Now I want us to quickly type this. Just pause this video. I want us to try this. Just build a small table. It will help your data entry skill. Name, score, attendance. Write John, Mary, Peter, Sarah. Write this score, write this attendance, the attendance. So what I want us to do is use if plus and to determine who passed. Use if plus or to determine who gets a reward. If you're stuck, please comment stuck and I will definitely help you out. Now you have taken the if function to the next level. You can now make Excel evaluate multiple conditions at once. This is the kind of logic used in real spreadsheets for grading systems, salary calculations, performance analysis. In the next lesson, we'll solve another common problem beginners face in Excel, handling errors in formulas. So make sure you watch lesson 11. And if you're following this series, keep practicing. Every lesson is building your confidence with Excel. I'll see you in my next video. And if you are new here, kindly subscribe, like, and share to a friend who needs Excel. See you.